Hello. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the Golden Drifters Football Club Sports TV. We are super excited this afternoon to be airing this first episode of the Golden Drifters Sports TV, and this afternoon we'll be joined by Mr. Mthombeni. I'm super excited. Enjoy the background music as I bring you the guest. He's here already. We can't wait. South Africa, this is your Sports TV. I'm your host, Dr. Proud, bringing to you this show from the Golden Drifters Studios. We are super excited at the comfort of our homes and at the comfort of your home. Enjoy this show this afternoon as I'll be joined by a man who has been part of Drifters. Mr. Mthombeni joined us in 2013 and was part of the club. So we'll be joined this afternoon. I said this before, this is the only place to be. If you are not online this afternoon, don't worry, this video will be made available to you on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Twitter, and we are going to share it also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our Golden Drifters TV on YouTube. So we'll be bringing you this broadcast, so you don't have to worry. We are super excited to be airing this first show, and with our special guest, a man who have traveled all over the show, all over the country, all over the world. The man who have gone to Dubai, Europe. This is exciting. I'm super excited. So enjoy the music, enjoy the background music as I bring you this man on this show. I'm super excited. You can see I'm happy to be broadcasting the first show, the first Golden Drifters Sports TV. I'm super excited as I invite him to come over. He's already here. So, Mr. Thabiso, you can request a live video, and then I can join you. I can invite you over, so you can actually just request a live video. So I'm trying to get that option where I can have you with me. So I think it is there. Okay, I've got Lindelani here, so I'm waiting for Thabiso to join us. So I'm super excited. This is your show. So if you are at work, if you are at home, if you are driving, please make sure that you stay tuned, because I bring you this show. I'll be bringing you live from now at 2 until 3. I'll be bringing you this show. So enjoy the background music as we wait for our guest to come, and we are super excited. So he's here. Mr. Thabiso is here, and I'm super excited. I'm just excited. I think Lindeland, now you're meeting him on the other angle of the side. So I'm just waiting for him to accept the video, and then we start out our show. I'm here on the studios of Golden Drifters. If you are following us from Twitter, make sure that you are watching. If you are following us from Facebook, if you have liked our page on Facebook, make sure that you are also here as well. If you already have data now, no need to worry. You access this video right after the show. We've made it available on all our platforms, so it will be available. Just waiting for my guests to come in, and I'm super excited, guys. I don't want to lie to you, because Thabiso have done wonders. He have traveled the world. So I haven't traveled that much. I haven't been to Europe. So Europe is here. So if Thabiso has gone to Europe, that means he's bringing Europe to us on our show. So I'm super excited. If he's been to Europe, and it's quite exciting. So I'm just waiting for him to accept my request, because I've sent him my request so that he can be live with us. So he's our guest. I've received quite a lot of questions on my on the WhatsApp account. So Thabiso is here,
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect, but I can't see you, man.
Okay, I'm having problem with my camera. Please just give me a second to sort that out.
Okay, no problem. You can sort that out, and then we can hear you perfect. But we just want to see you, man.
Okay.
That's wonderful. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Dubai, I bring you Europe this afternoon. So Thabiso is here, and I'm super excited. I mean, this is the first show we airing it, the Golden Drifters Sports Show, and Thabiso have managed to join us this afternoon. We are super excited. I mean, you bring us Europe. I mean, you have traveled to Europe, but I think my viewers would like to know, who is Thabiso, if we can start there.
Well, I'd like to start by saying hi to the viewers out there, and thank you for joining the show. Well, as Mr. Shoko has already introduced me, I'm Thabiso, and one of the coaches from back in the day, one of the guys that were actually there when Golden Drifters became and then started actually. And yeah, I've known Mr. Shoko for a while now. We've worked together, and it's been really nice working with him. And yeah, man, it's been great.
Super exciting, man. I mean, let me say, Coach Thabiso, super excited to have you back, and I'm super excited. I said this to our viewers: if you don't have enough data, don't worry. You're just going to get this video to be available on all our social platforms. We've made it available on Twitter, on Instagram. Again, it will be available after the show on Facebook and on YouTube. So you don't have to worry. The video is going to come right to you. Now, Mr. Thabiso, I mean, okay, you coached us, you coached with me in 2013. Now, I remember 2012, 2013, you did matric at ST, you know. But, okay, apart from that, I mean, you went to Dubai, you went to Europe. Now, that's quite exciting. Because I was checking on your Instagram page. You have gone all over. I mean, you have traveled the world. Now, I think you must take us to Dubai, take us to Kuwait, take us to those places. I mean, what are you doing that have made you travel? And how did you, I mean, it's a dream for an African child, I mean, to go to more than one continent, man.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's quite an interesting journey, man. Like, it's what I'm doing now. The thing that actually made me travel like the world it's something that I never thought would actually make me travel this far. Actually, I studied something way different to what I'm doing now, because after my high school, I got a bursary, and then I studied with Boston. I did marketing. And then I thought, okay, yeah, now this is what I need. This is what I have. Okay, now this is what's going to help me. And I was so wrong. It was the small thing that I didn't really notice, and it was a small thing that I actually took for granted myself. And I actually learned that we mustn't really take anything for granted, especially if we do it out of passion. So what happened was, I started working as a barista, I think in 2018. Yes, I started working as a barista. It's some American coffee company, but it's here in South Africa. And then I just took it as like an interim job for now. So, but then as time went by, I got to learn the job. I got to love the job. I acquired more skills in the barista industry. And then as my love for it grew, my passion for it grew, and then I grew within the industry. Because I remember in 2015, my employer asked me to start now and train other baristas, which was a very big achievement for me. And I started doing that. And then a year later, I was elected to go to the South African Regional Barista Championships, which was held
Wow.
in Coca-Cola Dome, yeah, by Northgate. And
Okay.
then
Okay.
I I I I I was very intrigued by like how diverse the industry
Mm.
was, and
Yeah.
then I took part in the championships, and I came third.
Yeah,
So,
but now, okay, just to hold that. But now, take us to Europe. I mean, I'm so interested in, like, okay, you went to Dubai, and then the lifestyle there, and just your moments in Kuwait. I mean, you went to more than one country, I think, in Europe, and I saw on your Facebook, was it Instagram, on Facebook? Now you know how to speak some of those languages, that is being spoken in Europe. I mean, take us through there. I mean, if you can bring us some European language. I mean, this is sports TV. I believe there should be one or two sports where that we should understand one or two from you. I mean, as a coach, you should teach young boys, I
yes,
mean, how to speak an European language. I mean, how was Dubai? How was Dubai to start with?
Dubai was awesome. In Dubai, I was also doing the same thing. I was actually a barista trainer. So
Yeah,
Dubai was very, very nice. And I got to actually explore their football side of it. And
yeah,
then it was really awesome. It was really awesome because I remember at work one time, some guy came to me and was like, do you play soccer? I was like, I used to. And he's like, I'm like, well, how can you tell? Like, I can tell by your body structure. And I was like, yes, I do. And then he
yeah.
was like, okay. And then he invited me to their academy, and then I went there, and it was really,
Wow.
really, it was amazing.
So
And
so so
yeah, I was
so
like
so
now,
now so now can we say that you have played in Europe, even though you played for an academy side, even if it was a training session?
yes, you can definitely say that.
Okay,
You can
ladies and
definitely.
gentlemen, I can confirm that. I can confirm that. That Thabiso have played in Europe. I mean, I can confirm that with you here, that he have played in Europe. Well, even if it was not professional, I mean, it was just an academic exposure. I mean, even if it was a training session, guys. I mean, this man have played in Europe. I mean, when he, I mean, South Africa should be proud now.
Yes, absolutely. And my second visit to the pitch, it was
Yeah.
actually it was in Kuwait with it's Juventus Academy. They have an academy there,
Wow.
and
Wow.
then
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
like I used to stay like close to the pitch, so I
Yeah,
decided that I should visit them on that.
now you got to be at Juventus Academy in Kuwait. Now, I mean, who are you? Are you a Cristiano Ronaldo? Ah, come on, man. Okay, now super excited. I mean, how was it now in Kuwait? I mean, where is Kuwait? Is it next to Dubai, or where is that? Where is that?
Yeah, it's like I think it's 3 hours away with the flight away from Dubai. It's like it's
Wow.
in Asia as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yes.
now at the Juventus Academy there, coach, you should have. I mean, I think there's a lot that our coaches, I mean, ourselves, we should learn from you. I mean, from the coaching technique part of things, and you should the style of play, Juventus Academy in Kuwait. Tell us the style of play there. How do they play? How is it different from South Africa? How is yeah? Let me say so. How is it different from South Africa?
It's it's I'd say it's very clinical in a way that it's a team play. Um, you know, I remember one time I was there, they used to call it um, one touch let loose, whereby it's just like you don't get like to hold on to the ball. It's a fast play. It's a
Mm.
1-2-1-2 kind of play.
Yeah.
It's very, very beautiful. It's very clinical, I'd say. And I believe with that kind of play, you can really punish a lot of teams with that kind of play.
Wow, wow. I mean, I thought you
Yeah.
had gone to Europe just for work, but I mean, you went there, you did what you love the most. I mean, this is you. Well, you know, I can't say you have to retire. I mean, people are still playing, and as long as I mean you still fit, So what? Let me. Was it? Were you trying to take some chance? I mean, sign a contract maybe.
Yes, absolutely. I was I was trying to take my chances, but unfortunately, actually, the guys they loved me, but then unfortunately, I was on a contract, so I couldn't do
Yeah.
anything else besides my job. But there was
Okay.
I was taking my chances here and there.
Ah, quite exciting, man. I mean, that's super good. I mean, you happy. So now you went to Dubai, Kuwait. There was other countries. I just forget. I think there was one or two other countries that you went to as well.
Yes, yes. I went to. I'd like to call it Ramrucha. Ramrucha, which means very good, very nice country, which was in what's this? Um, I'm forgetting the place. It was in Asia,
Okay.
um, but it was a very nice place. I went there to train some people, and then I went to Georgia as well, and
Oh,
it's a very beautiful place as well. Um, yeah. So
now,
I went to a couple of countries there. I was doing that training here and there. So yeah.
okay, super excited. I mean, we've got few viewers that are tuned in at the moment. So I want the viewers, if you are watching from wherever that you are watching from, and you got a question that you want to ask Mr. Thabiso, our guest here, let me say this. A coach in South Africa, a player in South Africa, and a player in Europe, and a trainer, of another skill also in Europe. I mean, he got a chance to play, to train, and obviously and play. I mean, if it was a training session, I mean that's play. I mean, you got to play there with the other guys in Europe. So if you got a question for Mr. Thabiso there, please, if you are tuned in, just pop in your question. You're more than welcome. We got Lindelani who's tuned in, and then we got another man as well who's tuned in there. So if you got a question for Mr. Thabiso, I mean, you can ask a question. Obviously, I know later on Facebook, the video it will be flooding with questions and with some excitement that will be coming. The comment that will be coming once I make the video available on our Facebook platforms. Super excited, Mr. Thabiso. Now, this is you. You went to Dubai. You went to Europe. You play. I mean, how can you say the lifestyle is different? Europe, South Africa. What's so different? What's so unique about Europe and that compared to South Africa? I mean, okay, I know. I mean, we are unique. We got Mandela Bridge in South Africa.
Yes.
We don't have the tallest buildings, and there is this. I was watching the other day another show on TV about Dubai. There's the tallest building there. I mean, exciting buildings that are there in Dubai. I mean, what's so different between Europe, where you went to, and compared to South Africa? I mean, would you give it a chance? I mean, would you choose to stay in Europe and not come back to South Africa? I mean, adopted in Europe, if that option comes in.
Well, I'd never neglect South Africa in that manner, but which is one of the lessons I learned there, because I actually realized like people they so indigenous to themselves, they so true to themselves, and I think when they set their goals, they tend to focus on it. Like if you are a football player, you need to breathe football, you need to digest football, you need to eat football, you need to eat like a footballer. You understand? You must have like nutrition or a diet or kind of thing like that that you follow. That will actually help you to be a complete footballer, because it's not just what you put out there, it's also what you get inside. So yeah, I actually noticed most people were more focused in their goals and nothing else. And the place is really amazing, but I think what made me shine there was because I'm South African and I stayed true to that. Yeah.
Excited. I mean, there's a question that came in from Lindelani there. Thank you, Lindelani. I mean, guys, I'm super excited. I mean, we're bringing Europe. I mean, I think for me, to be here, I mean, talking to Coach Thabiso here, I mean, takes me to Europe as well. I've been putting all this thing into my imagination. Now, there's a question that Lindeland asked there. What advice can you give to young footballers out there that want to, I think it was that, okay, I just pinned the comment. that want to play professional football? What advice can you give? And then there's also I want that, and someone asked the question as well. I said, what advice can you give to the youth, Kokasi? So I mean, the guys they want to know. I mean, I think South Africa. I mean, the guys that are down there, the youngsters that we have, sometimes they've lost hope. I mean, what advice can they get from you? I think in terms of if they dream to play professional football or if they aspire to also travel overseas, what advice can you give to them?
Okay. I think the first thing that I can say is that, like I've said before, is if you are a footballer, you must live football, breathe football, eat like a footballer, seek information, obey your coach, ask more and practice more. And I think the most important, especially to our youth, is stay away from drugs, stay away from alcohol. Focus on your goals, focus on your dreams. Yes, do attend school. Yes, do put as much effort in school as it's going to be a backup, but always put 100% to football if you want to be a professional footballer, and always acquire more knowledge, acquire more skills, and practice more. I think yes, that's.
Now, excited. How can you describe the discipline of the players that you met, even though they were amateur players or they were not professional players? But how would you describe the discipline in terms of respecting their coach? You spoke about obey your coaches. How are those players that you got to train with? How are they in terms of their respect towards other players and towards other footballers that you met, even towards you? I mean, you are an African. I mean, Black Lives Matter. You know, you are among us there. And how is the discipline there? How can you describe the discipline towards everyone or other players?
The discipline was very good. The players were really disciplined in terms of, I noticed as well, with time management was very good. They were always there on time, and they really obeyed their coaches, and they really listened to the instructions, with or without the coach, even if the coach is not around, but they would do as instructed always. And I think that plays a very vital role in success with football.
Wow, exciting. Now, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a question that you want to ask, I mean, our European coach, I mean, South African coach, South African player, and went to Europe and got a chance to train with the Juventus Academy in Kuwait, and obviously played a bit there, with some guys there. I mean, I can't say, did you meet any big name there? Did you go to the stadium? I mean, you're a football person. Did you get a chance to go and watch a football game or something? Or, I think you went there before coronavirus. Did you get a chance to watch something there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I watched a match which was Kuwait football club against Qatar. It was a very beautiful game.
Okay.
I actually realized that we as Africans, we have so much talent and potential. We just need discipline and focus. I tell you, my friend, what I saw there was beautiful, but I believe we are capable of doing much and much more.
Wow, exciting. I mean, if you just join us, I see Coach David. They've just joined us, Coach David from Kagiso. So, Coach David, if you've just joined us now, we are talking to our former coach, the coach of Golden Drifters, who coached, I think, 6 years ago for Golden Drifters. He went to Europe. He got a chance to play in Europe. If you got any question that you want to ask him, please pop up your question to him. Super excited. Now, we're coming back home now. I mean, this is South Africa. And you came back home. I want to take you back a few years ago. I mean, this is you I mean, you were, I think, around 20, 21, 22, somewhere there. Very young. This is you at Golden Drifters. Well, before you joined Golden Drifters, you used to play Ekasi, and knowing where you are from, I mean, here in the farms, in the rural areas, I mean, the background. And then you saw, here is this small club, Golden Drifters. There are a few boys there, and you chose to invest your time, your energy that time, and you know, because you used to play, the boys watching you playing, and then inspired by you playing, I mean, at our training field where they were used to be top fours and what was happening there. And you chose yourself to be involved in the club back then. So I'm taking you back now to your days as a coach at Drifters. And then, I mean, how was that?
It was a very beautiful thing, and it's something that I'm still proud of today. Because I remember back in the day when we used to play there by our home ground, there used to be actually what made me got very attracted to the team and to the project that you were on. It's because I could see the talent amongst the boys. I could see the ambition amongst the boys, and at the same time, I could sense negativity from other people who we were surrounded with, and that the boys were surrounded with. There was a bit of negativity, and I thought that if we let this negativity come between the circle, it's gonna destroy a beautiful thing that is yet to come. So that is the thing that really attracted me to the project, to the team rather, and I'm glad that I was right, that something beautiful is gonna come out of this. I mean, look at the team now, look at you, look at the boys, and everything that you've accomplished. It's very beautiful.
Exciting. I mean, yes, of course. Today we're airing our first show. I mean, Golden Drifters Sports TV is here, and we'll bring you all the sports news, the sports stars. I mean, we first bring you somebody. I mean, the bar is very high. Somebody has played in Europe. I mean, that's for me trending for today. And there's a question that someone asked there to say, what do you think about the Absa PSL Premier Soccer League and other leagues? I think this is comparing to the Kuwait League and the one that we watched there in Qatar, in Europe. Now, what do you think? Obviously, now, exciting that the PSL, I mean, Absa is no longer going to sponsor the PSL. Now, that's something else there that we are going to have a new sponsor coming up. But what do you think of the South African League and other leagues as well in terms of, I think, play, in terms of football-wise? Do you think they are much better comparing to what you watch and what you saw in Europe? So that's a question that was asked there by, okay, I'm not sure, Touchman, an official there. And then he asked that question. So what do you think? What can you say in terms of that?
I think what the PSL can do better is actually invest more in the upcoming footballers in terms of the young footballers. Invest more in that. Invest more in development. I think our development is lacking a little bit. I think if they can focus more on the development and make sure that the necessary resources and knowledge is given to the youth out there, and given to people like you, people who are empowering the youth and guiding the youth to the right path. So I think if they can focus more on the development, because I mean, look at Europe, look at the players that are doing it big now. It's all these young guys, you know, like look at the likes of Lingard, the likes of, you know, those young players are the ones that are doing it big. So if you focus in development, I think it's a very, very good start.
Exciting, guys. I mean, this is where we are. This is where I hear, guys. We are doing this. This is the Golden Drifters online TV. It is here to stay. And today I'm joined by my guest, Mr. Thabiso, our former coach, went to Dubai, went to Europe, played at Juventus Academy, and was also doing all other stuff, training and impacting young people there, you know, leaving a legacy for himself and for the people of South Africa. Now, there's a question that came in from Coach David. Coach David, you have asked a question to say, as an individual, which league is the best, is an ideal league for you to coach? I mean, let's look at all the leagues in the whole world now. Which league would you say, you, when you are given that garment to say, okay, now coach, which league is ideal for you to coach or to lead? Not to say which team, but which league would you say this is the best thing that I would really want to coach as a coach?
Well, that's I would it's a very, very good question. I like this question. It's I think I would go for to be in you know, I'd be here in the PSL. I think for me it's all about you know, giving back to the community. It's all about helping the upcoming footballers, and I love working with the youth. So I would love to be there in La Liga or somewhere, but I think for now, being local and helping the youth in South Africa is ideal for me.
Exciting. So, well, running away from the question and try to come again back to the question. You said you'd really love to be in La Liga, to be in Spain. Wow, exciting. And obviously, giving back to the community, being involved in the youth development, since you're passionate about the youth. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have just gone after 2:30. There's a question that came in there. Wow, let me pin that and read that. That came from some of the speak of development. How can you encourage coaches to inspire kids to love sports and education at the same time? Because some kids tend to think being an athlete, it's all they need than education. So now, yes, that's quite right. That's quite right there. Because now we find sometimes that the boys are focusing just on sports. While at school they're not doing so good. Now there's some of the Itu Kings. They asked, how can you? That's Coach Itu, by the way, I think from Liverpool. Coach Itu, welcome. Now he asked there, I think, how can you encourage coaches to inspire kids? Because now you need to balance. I mean, here is Golden Drifters, or here's a soccer team, and then at the very same time you need to balance. I mean, you want to balance your soccer team, and then there is also education where parents are so much involved. How can you encourage coaches there, the local coaches particularly? I mean, that is Coach Itu from Liverpool, watching out as they tune in as well. Not from Liverpool, because he changed the name from Liverpool to Lanzeria Football Club. So welcome, Coach Itu as well. That's quite an interesting question there. So if you are just watching from wherever, at home, wherever you are watching on in your car, welcome. This is the Golden River Sports TV. I bring you the celebrities. I bring you the local guys, people that have gone all over the show, that have gone all over the country, the world. I mean, today I bring you Europe. There's Europe today. Coach Thabiso, who have gone and played at Juventus and Juventus Academy, guys. Okay, I mean, okay, not Juventus, but Juventus Academy. And he's here joining us today. Exciting. Have played in Kuwait with some teams there just to train. Obviously, taking some chance that he hoped to get that professional contract. I mean, when you get a chance to be in Europe, you'd really want to attempt that and see. So if you just join us, please, man, welcome. We are here. So, Coach, how can you respond to the question of Coach Itu there? There's another question that has just come in as well. I said, if you given a chance, will you coach anywhere in Africa, Zim League, or anywhere besides Mzansi? Now, that would be the next question, but I think there's a first question there in terms of balancing education. How can you encourage coaches to inspire kids to love sports and education at the very same?
Okay. That is a very, very good question because I also came across that back in those days when I was still coaching with you, and along my journey in football. So that is a very, very good question. I think the best way to deal with this is to become close with your with your players. Um, uh, Familiarize yourself with their situation, and have that talk session with them every now and then, whereby you just have a real talk with the players, and make them understand that we are doing a very beautiful thing here, but this is not the start and the end, and this is not the only thing that you need. Even if you're a footballer, you need education. You might even be a successful footballer. That's going to need to do some branching somewhere somehow, and you're going to need education. And we have the likes of injuries. We have the likes of accidents, and then that's where you can also need education. So you must have that talk with them, make them understand how vital education is in their lives. And I remember I used to have one coach back in the day as well. What he used to do, he used to engage himself with the parents in a way that he does a background check with on every a player of his that's in his team, and find whatever error is there or whatever strength or weakness is there with the player, and then try and rectify that with the parents. So I think that background check is also very good, so you can understand your players, you can understand them in depth on how you can help them. Some maybe they depressed at home, some maybe they just need maybe help with some math problems. Maybe you can help there as the coach. So you need to understand your players in depth. So I think that's very, very important that we understand our players as the coaches.
Wow, wow, exciting. So, coaches, you need to engage. If you are watching and you are a coach, you are part of this show, you have just joined us now. So, you need to make sure that you engage your players, you engage the parents, but most importantly, to sit down and become also a player when you are with the boys and make sure that they understand how important education is. I think that's very, very important. I can relate. I mean, you have to sit down with your players and make sure that you are at their level so that you can try to tell them and convince them as their close friend. Because remember, some players, they just have you as their only hope. So I think that's very key. What our guests have just said there. Exciting. Thank you so much on that. Now, there's a question that is coming in. That also came in as well there, which says that, okay, questions are coming in. Okay, guys, keep the questions coming. Let's hit this man with questions. I mean, this is our only chance to get a guy from Europe. I mean, I'll bring you more sports stars as well. Don't worry. I'm here to stay. On Thursday, we've got another show coming up, so make sure you don't miss that up. Now, if you are given a chance, will you coach anywhere in Africa? Zim in Zim League or anywhere besides Mzansi? Will you? That's a question there, direct from you, direct to you. Would you coach? Yeah.
Yes, I would definitely go for Ghana. I think Ghana would be ideal for me. I love the football there, and I've actually met a few Ghanaians on the way, and I realized like I can learn from them, and that's most important for me. If I can learn from you and teach as well, it's a very, very good relationship. So I think if I can do that, that would be very exciting for me.
Exciting, ladies and gentlemen. If you have just joined us, we are here this afternoon on this first season, episode 1 of the Golden Drifter Sports TV. I'm joined by my guest here, Mr. Thabiso Mthombeni, a man who have gone to Europe due to work. We have gone to Europe, got a chance to train with Juventus Academy in Kuwait, and obviously train with other teams. So let me say this, I always say this, that he have played in Europe, he have joined the guys in Europe, he's back to South Africa to share his journey with us, and he's giving us some insights on what he thinks. Now, there's a question Coach David is bringing politics of football in South Africa, because there's politics, there's a fight between SAFA and the PSL. Now, he wants to know your position. Now, we know that there's a big giants of South African football. They are fighting. There is always a drama. There's drama. I don't know, maybe one day I'll bring a guest from SAFA, or PSL, so they can actually tell us why are they so fighting? Why there's a drama? Why there's, Coach David is asking, they're saying, what do you think should be done to end the drama between SAFA and the PSL?
I think the key word there is what you just said, Coach Shogo, the politics.
Yeah.
I think if we as a nation, if we could put politics aside and just focus on talent and if we can focus on talent, I think that would be really, really great, because what's really hindering our progress, it's the politics. Even from the minor leagues and stuff like that, I've noticed that the politics are the ones that making this hindering the progress in our soccer journey. And I've noticed that I actually noticed that back in the day with the likes of I think it was 2010 or 2011, the likes of Nigeria and the likes of South Africa. If you could, our national squad and their national squad, if you could have compared the two, it was like really, really two different things in terms of we were playing with the players that we've played with for years, and some of them, they were like the people were voting them out, but they were still on the pitch. And as compared to Nigeria, they came along with a whole new squad in terms of that they understand that they need to give the other upcoming footballers a chance, actually give talent a chance. Let me put it like that. So I think if we can just put politics aside and focus on pure talent, that would be a goal for us as a nation.
Most definitely. We are on our last 15 minutes of the show, and we are talking today, this afternoon, joined by Mr. Thabiso. Now, there's a friend who's asking about your health. I think they're scared that we are not wearing masks. I mean, social distance, we are making it sure, ladies and gentlemen. But in terms of the masks, we won't survive. But we are here. So, this is quite exciting, as we are going to go now, concluding the show in the next 15 minutes. Now, we're excited. Now, this is in terms of here now in South Africa. What are you doing at the moment? And, what's your hustling? What are you doing? And also, how can you encourage, soccer players to to stay fit? Let me put it that way, to stay fit during this time like this. And then I'll then come to the question that Coach David had just asked there. So speaking of the national team, do you think it's better if our national team could be led by a foreign coach or a local one? Wow, that's a big one. Coach David, you are full of politics, man. Okay.
I love Coach David. He's
brilliant. What it is exciting. I mean, yeah, he's right because I don't know, but let me say my view, because this is direct to Coach Thabiso. I mean, you spoke about the national team. You compared Nigeria and South Africa. You touched base on that one. Now, there is a question of Coach David who hit you back with a question to say, speaking of a national team, do you think it is better if our national team be led by a foreign coach? or a local coach?
I personally believe that it should be led by a by a local coach. Why? Because the local coach, I think it's going to be easier to understand the players and understand the culture of our football, and then it makes that easier for the coach to mold that culture and do something big with it. Yes, the coach, it could be vital for the coach to, as long as South African, local for me, I believe, and then he goes out there and seek more knowledge and how he can enhance our culture, not destroy our culture, but enhance our culture. So I think it's best that way that we keep it local and the boys can understand the coach much better. And I think that could make great relationship between them.
Now, who do you think would be the best local coach to take over? Are you okay? Are you happy with the current coach, Coach Molefen?
I think he's doing a good job. I think he's I'm a bit against his tactics here and there, but I think if he can work on that, I think he could be a good coach for us. I think so.
Exciting. Now, in terms of what I asked Peter before Coach David had popped in his question to hijack my question, Coach David, thank you so much for that. I believe you have been answered. Now, he asked another last question from Coach David. No, man, Coach David, the last question. Yes, of course. Yeah, with less than 20 minutes, 15 minutes left, 12 minutes to go on our show. We're excited. And thank you for engaging us. Thank you for joining us. If you didn't get a chance to watch the full video, the full show, you can get this on our social media platform on YouTube. You get it. Make sure to subscribe on Golden Drifters TV. You also get it on Facebook. We'll make sure that we'll share it there and on Twitter. So it's going to be there. It's going to be exciting. We want by the end of the week, by the end of the month, this video on YouTube, we want to have more than 1,000 views on it and the reactions to come as well. Now, I think connection when Coach Thabiso I'm still here.